morning. So we are going to do some quick gardening. So we're going to be starting off with this one because I have some new plants that I need to get into grow bags, and then I have like plants like these that it is probably their time to go because they've gone to seed. So this side, this is my arugula. It's already started to flower. It hasn't gone to seed yet, but I don't think I'm interested in collecting the seeds this time around, just because I think I want my main focus to be on the fruit of stuff. So this is my cress that is also going to seed. I think it just doesn't like the heat, so I'm basically just gonna I guess just rip all this out. I wish that I had like, you know, chickens that I could feed this stuff to, but or ducks or something useful instead of just ripping them out and just I guess I can put them in a pile and let them decompose, kind of like a little plant graveyard for a compost bin. But so my plans for this bed is that I think I'm gonna add some more compost to it, of course, but I am also going to change this over into a cherry tomato. Okay, so I just got done breaking up the soil in here because it was a little bit compacted since the bag hasn't moved. So pretty much I'm going to be putting 2 of our cherry tomato plants in here because they are probably root bound in their container. We haven't had them long. So we're going to end up unfolding this, and then I'll top it off with some more soil and some compost after I get the cherry tomatoes in here. So I think I'm going to put 2 into this one container. That should be enough to where it doesn't overcrowd them, and then I'll put on a tomato trellis as well. Okay, so these are our 2 tomato plants. They are definitely ready to be trellised and they need to go into the ground. Elijah was able to come across these for basically nothing, so for free. So he knows that I love my garden. He enjoys the garden, and so he's like, if we can grow as much as we can, he is down for helping us accomplish that. So basically I'm going to do the same thing. I already transplanted 1 beefsteak tomato. I need to transplant some more today or tomorrow. I'm probably going to be transplanting over the next couple days but yeah, you can see like how root bound that is. What's nice is now I have these little containers that I can start seeds in later and all that kind of stuff. Like, I guess the question is, how many containers are too many containers when you have them? So since these are so like prominent roots, I don't want to really mess with them too much, but we are going to at least put those in there like that. Okay, and then let's get the second one in there. I figured that 2 of the cherries would be the max that I could put in here. And then, oh, by the way, these are sweet cherry tomatoes. 2 would be the max of these. With the beefsteak tomatoes, I would only be able to put 1 of those in a bag. I'll have to show you that beefsteak tomato that we ended up getting as well, the one that I already transplanted. I just need to dig a little bit deeper in here. And then, okay, and then we're gonna fill up all the void space with some mulch. Coming to you from inside of Terry. So we have a couple of different packages that we picked up from the post office, so we're gonna go ahead and open them with you guys. So we'll start off with all the smaller ones first, and then we'll kind of just go from there and see what's in them. Okay. So starting with package number 1. Oh, okay, so it's a 50% shade claw. There's nothing in there. there's no note in there. So not actually sure who this came from. It is a 50% shade cloth, 2 by 3 meter, which I need because it is heating up and my little mini garden outside is going to be needing some shade very, very soon. Luckily the last couple days it's been a little bit rainy and cloudy. Whoever got us this, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. We didn't get a note in there, or else I would say thank you using your name, but whoever got us this, thank you for the 50% shade cloth. Next, we're gonna open this one. Oh, I was like, that threw me off. I was like, wait, did you order something? Let's see if there's anything else on. Ooh. So we have some little kind granola bars. These look very yummy. There's peanut butter, dark chocolate nuts and sea salt, and caramel almond and sea salt. These are very yummy. These ones came from D. Tyson, so thank you very much. We appreciate these. I'm pretty sure between me, Elijah, and the kids, we're gonna tear into these, so we appreciate you for this. So next we have, I'm just gonna open these all wrong. Okay, so we have another package from D. Tyson. So this one is a 30% shade cloth, which is great because I have different plants that need different things. So this one is a, I don't know what size this one is. I'll have to look later and see what size this is, but this will be magnificent. Our garden is growing and I need a lot of shade cloth to cover it all. So thank you, D. Tyson, for the shade cloth, and thank you for the little granola bars. And then we have one more package that is in a big box, so we're gonna get into that one and see what's in there. Okay, so I knocked my camera off opening this box. So, oh, this is some fun stuff in this one. So this one is coming to us from Evelyn, who's in Texas. So let's see. Oh. So we have some more grow bags. So these are definitely needed because my pumpkin seeds have sprouted and some of my squash has sprouted and they can no longer be in the seedling tray. And I didn't have any more grow bags. We did get another grow bag from a neighbor, which is helpful as well. So you can never have too many grow bags. And one hack that I ended up realizing, so with me using grow bags temporarily, until we actually get the actual garden fenced in and actually get the beds and all that kind of stuff. One thing I did notice is that I lose a lot of water using grow bags, and basically once I water and once the soil has absorbed everything that it can, the rest of the water just soaks out of the bottom. So underneath all my plants, it's like a little grass forest because it's being watered. And so we went to the store, we went over to Tractor Supply the other day, and we ended up getting those little plastic saucers that you usually put under pots, and we put them under the grow bags so that whatever water seeps out of the bags, it's going into that little pot, which can just be absorbed right back into the thing. So we'll have to get some more of those for these. And then we also have, ooh, so this is the Seed Starters Year-Round Guide. Grow with confidence anywhere, any season. So it's a little book that I can't wait to go into. I'll have to look and see what it's about. okay, so I was just flipping through here randomly, and there is a section on container gardening techniques, which is where I am at right now. So this will be actually helpful, because I think one thing that I am still getting the hang of is the fertilization process, and actually also balancing out the soil and the different soil needs for every single plant. So I'll be excited to get into this so that I can get a little bit more education, because right now I'm winging it, it's working, but I feel like if I can master everything, then I can increase what our harvest and our bounty is going to be. And then we also have, ooh, tomato trellises. So this giant bag is filled with tomato trellises, which is much needed because I have a tomato plant that's growing right now. It's a Roma tomato, and it's probably about like this high, yeah, about that high. So it's gonna start needing some structures. I also have my jalapenos that are coming up that are gonna need some structuring as well. And then we have a bunch of surprise plants that showed up today. So we're gonna need, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be using all of these. And then what's cool is that they're like Legos, so you can build it, I guess, you can build it as the plant grows, so you don't have to use them all at once or have like a giant trellis for like this itty bitty tiny plant. So Evelyn, we appreciate you for sending. It's always nice when people think about you. So, you know, Dee Tyson and Evelyn, like it's a great feeling to know that people want to contribute to our homestead. They want to help us along on our journey, and it helps out a lot. So we appreciate you guys, and thank you. I've been using shade cloth on pretty much everything, and you can tell the difference of how well the shade cloth is making the plants do better. Because previously I wasn't using shade cloth, and I'm going to move you guys back really quick. There we go. Previously I wasn't using shade cloth, and let me tell you, the plants were struggling through the heat of the day. So I'm going to move this one over here for now, and then I'm going to build the first trellis. I'm going to build the first tomato trellis. I already built one yesterday. These are the trellises that somebody bought for us, which they are adjustable, so you can build them as high as you want. Since these plants are so small, I've only been building them one stack high, but as they continue growing, or if they get bigger or taller, then I can just add on to them later, which is pretty cool.
Got a row of red tomatoes drinking up the light. Onions pushing through the soil, burning sharp and bright. Leafy greens are reaching a promise to be kept, feeding soul and body while the busy city slept. Out here in the desert, I'm turning dust to diamonds, answering the call with my hands down in the good earth. A prayer for sun and rain, a prayer for sun. This homestead is my heart's own sweet refrain. Yeah, my sweet refrain.
Okay, so these are the two cherry tomatoes that I transplanted just right now. This one is the beefsteak that I transplanted yesterday. And then I guess let me show you what else is going on. So I've been using the shade cloth that we were given. I have one more that I need to put up on this side since I now have tomatoes going down that way. I think I'm going to end up moving these somewhere else, but I also have one more spot for something else that I'll have to put there. But these are the tomatoes. I still need to put these two into a pot, and then put my last two beefsteaks into two different pots as well. And then the plants have been loving the shade cloth, so This is my bulb onions. They seem very close together, so I never thin them out, so I'm curious to see how big those will truly get. And then over here, this is my Roma tomatoes. Those are not ready to be trellised yet, so in total I have cherry, beefsteak, and Roma. And then this right here is my jalapenos, and there's some more hidden over there. And then my collard greens, once I started covering them, they've completely exploded. So those things are doing really good. And then hidden all the way underneath them, see if I can actually show you. So we have a beet and then some more beets over there. My rosemary plant has finally decided to sprout, so I have a nice big sprig there and a little small one on that side. The sage was planted at the exact same time as rosemary, but the sage has been doing wonderfully. So we're just gonna, I guess, keep that going. And so I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do with all that sage. And then the kale, I think I'm gonna pull the kale up. It seems like it's stunted in growth, so I'll probably end up pulling up the kale and then just repotting my blueberry bush inside of that one. So we'll see how that goes. And then I do still have like a bunch of starts that are over here. I'm not gonna open them up, but in this one I have a bunch of watermelon that's already sprouted that I'm gonna have to transplant. This one I have some squash that has come out, and I'm just waiting for the rest. And then in the other ones, same thing with those. But I want to end up doing some more transplanting over the next couple days, and then I can't wait to do our first harvest where we get to actually figure out what we want to pick from here. With all the tomatoes that we've now come into contact with, my main goal with the tomatoes is to make pasta sauce and pasta sauce and pizza sauce. I have a little bit of experience canning and making homemade pizza sauce, so it'll be fun to try it again.